Hello, my name is Rick.
Ciao, my name is Millie.
And this is episode 15
Quindici.
of season 2
Where?
of
Yonks Ago.
This is Yonks Ago, coming into your ears. Now what are yonks? They're kinda like years. Just a father and a daughter who want to know all about some people from Yonks Ago. Interesting people who did interesting stuff, but about whom we don't know enough. So we're gonna dig deep and find it all out. Yonky doodlers know what we're all about. Yonks Ago, hey, ho, hey, Yonks Ago, hey, ho, hey, surely.
Episode 15, y'all.
Yes.
It's part 2 of our double down here in the recording kitchen.
Kitchen?
Kitchen to record.
Yes.
Recordici. It's where the magic happens. The kitchen.
CC.
It's basically Hogwarts, but it's a kitchen, and it's instead of wizard school, it's a podcast recording situation.
Nicely
but
done.
apart from that, J.K. Rowling's going to sue me. But we'll be fine because my lawyers are the best.
Yeah,
in
for
the,
sure.
In the sense that they do not exist.
Yeah.
Can't fight something that's made of imagination.
But hey, Harry Potter was his best when he was under in the invisibility cloak. Therefore, when he was under the invisibility cloak, he did not exist.
I don't understand that.
So your lawyers don't exist, and he was the best when he didn't exist.
Yeah.
So,
why was he the best when he was under the cloak?
He could go and do
Oh,
things.
that was like when he was living his best life.
Yeah.
I gotcha. When you're not on the map, when you're flying under the radar, when you just people stare right through you, but you can take it all in.
Yeah.
That's how my lawyers operate. So good luck, J.K. Rowling. Is it Rowling or Rollings?
Rolling.
I know.
I thought you were going to say
panic.
rolling or rowling because that's the usually
Rowling, yeah. But then I just had a sudden fear that there was an S on the end.
It's definitely not that.
I mean, sometimes you're so used to something and then you just forget everything you ever knew. And then you record it and you let other people listen to your ignorance. And you think...
Egyptian zone.
Yeah, indeed. Egyptian zone? Is it rolling or rollings? It's rowling. It's rowling, idiot.
I say rolling just because it sounds better in my mind.
Because that's the way you're rolling.
Yeah.
But I just call her JK. And I always have and I always will.
What's her actual name, but?
Joanna?
What's the K?
She probably just threw it in there as like a joke. She's like, I don't even have a middle name.
No.
I just threw a K in for like lols.
Yeah.
JK lolling. But I've done no research on my JKs, and as we know, I never will, because
Classic.
I promise a lot and rarely deliver. And so I've stopped promising.
Nice.
Now I've gone the other end. I've gone the other way, like Europe, you know. There's always an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
So I've spent all my time making promises I never deliver on. So now I'm gonna anti-promise.
Nice.
I'm gonna promise you that I will not promise.
So like reverse psychology?
Yeah, I can't lose. If I say I'm never going to do anything ever.
And then you do, people will be like, nice. But if you don't, they'll be like, well, you said that.
Yeah. So in many ways, you've got to under-promise and over-deliver. That's the way, not the other way around.
No.
That's just sensible business.
Yeah.
Mate, we've come to a real realization here in the kitchen.
Yeah. So never make promises ever in your life.
Yeah.
It's dumb and you shouldn't do it.
You're just going to let yourself down. You're
And
going to let
everyone else down.
Yeah. Nancy Wake didn't get by making stupid promises.
No, she made fake promises and then she yeeted out of there.
She just would agree to anything and everything, and she would just tell people that she could do whatever they needed her to be able to do at any given time. And that's not promising. That's just lying. That's sensible.
That's sensible.
Mate, build a web of lies. We've got some pretty good life advice here on Yonks Ago. Hopefully you Yonky Doodlers out there are writing all this down, or at least have the ability to rewind the podcast and listen to it all again.
It's the beauty of it.
You get the advice again, and we get more listens on our stats.
Yeah, it's just how it works.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
The stats.
Just do it. Don't promise us to do it, though.
Just do it.
Just do it.
In fact, tell us that you'll never do it.
Yeah, don't do it and then
do it all the time.
And we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Hey, we'll scratch your back and you scratch our back, and then no one will have an itchy back.
That's how it works.
Mate. But you know who wasn't scratching each other's back? Nancy Wake and Henri's father and sister.
Father and sister. Oh, dang.
Wait, do you want to take that quiz again? Do you want to know who wasn't scratching each other's back?
I do know. It was Nancy and Henri's father and sister.
You got it.
Yay!
10
Teamwork.
points. And because when we left our last rom-com episode, it was in the minor key part of the rom-com where Henri has, optimistically brought Nancy home to meet the family, thinking, I know my father and sister are fairly disapproving of a lot of people. They look down their noses. They're very well-to-do, and they are very snobbish about anyone who doesn't cut the mustard, especially if they're people who do cut mustard. They don't want anyone who works in the mustard industry because that's beneath them.
Yeah.
They don't want people who smell like mustard.
No.
They don't want people who like the taste of mustard.
No.
Nancy, I feel like she loves mustard.
Oh, surely she does.
You know what else she loves? Custard. Mustard and custard. Nancy Wake's two favorite viscous fluids. She's loving anything like that, but that puts her on bad footing with Mr. I don't even know their name. Mr. Fiocca.
Oh, Fiocca.
And Mademoiselle Fiocca.
Mademoiselle.
Let's say.
What's the difference between Madame and Mademoiselle?
I feel like it's the same as like Mrs. and Miss.
But
I don't know what the French Ms is.
No.
I just don't know. They've probably got one.
Yeah.
But I haven't been educated.
No.
Who's going to educate me? Don't promise me you'll educate me. Just educate me.
Just do it. And we'll be pleasantly surprised.
That's all we're asking for in life.
Yeah.
Is to be pleasantly surprised. I guess that means the world's not as bad as it was in 1930s Europe. Because we're not looking to party hard. We're just looking to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So I guess the world's a bit doom and gloom, but not 1930s Europe doom and gloom.
That's fair.
As yet.
We should be, though, because...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, climate change...
In many ways.
It's just that you can't, like, see that,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you can, like, see...
You can see you can see the Nazi flags on the horizon.
Smart people can see it.
Yeah, you can
and
see it.
And they're like, hey, yo, look over there. And everyone's like, where?
Yeah.
And
But it just doesn't engender the same sense of doom
Yeah.
as the Nazis in the 1930s Europe were successful in doing.
Yeah.
But probably wrongfully so, because in many ways, the Nazis was an easier thing to tackle.
Yeah. Why
than this
isn't
whole
anyone
climate
partying
change.
hard right now?
Well, look, I'm going to give everyone tentative approval to party moderately at this stage. You can upgrade from wanting to be pleasantly surprised
Or
to
stay home and get a recycling bin, you know?
do both these things. If you are going to party moderately, make sure that the recycling situation at the party is sorted out before you commence the party.
Don't just leave your rubbish on the ground.
Where are all those bottles going to end up?
Yeah.
All right? You don't want... If you don't look after them, bloody 12-year-old Michelin's going to wander around the party just sucking back all the dregs in all the bottles, and they won't be recycled effectively.
Yeah.
Those bottles will end up anywhere.
What's her name? Michelin?
Yeah. Michelin.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I just remembered something else.
If it's not, it is now. It
Okay.
was, Michelin.
Okay. Well, like Michelle out. Hey!
Oh.
Michelle out.
She passed out, and Millie has fallen off the chair. I mean, there was that time when I said Egyptians own Nancy Wake, and then there was this time where Millie fell off a chair for no reason. Just fell off a chair.
I almost saved myself.
Yeah.
And then
Ended up flat on the ground. That's how you party moderately. You just fall off a chair. You just be like...
It really cracks me up. I don't know why.
Because you fell off a chair. Yeah. Gravity won this round.
Gravity.
And so Nancy, everyone said that Henri got his gentility and generosity and his charisma and character from his late...
His father, his late mother.
His late beloved mother. So the mother has sadly passed on. We don't know how.
She fell out a window.
Out a window, probably murdered.
Yeah.
And... So everyone's like, Henri is an awesome bloke, gets it all from his mum, which is a nice way of saying the rest of the family's a bit crap.
Yeah.
Definitely not the dad. Oh, Henry's nice. Yeah, gets that from his mum.
Yeah.
Because his dad is a real piece of work.
He's a jerk.
And Nancy's like, yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Nancy says
see.
of the whole situation, Henri was a gentleman and a gentle man.
Oh.
And his father was a mean a-hole.
Whoa.
That's what she said. But she didn't say a-hole. She said
No.
the real deal. But this is a family podcast.
Yeah. Wait, is it written in the book?
It's written in the book.
Can I look at it?
You can read the bad words if you can find it. This is parenting 101.
Are you covering it?
No.
I can't find it. It's so sad. Oh, I found it.
There we go.
It's spelled weirdly.
That's the Australian spelling.
Whoopsie. I'm
It's
not
like
Australian then.
it's the Australian way of saying
Yeah.
a-hole, not the American way. So it's spelt to reflect that.
I don't like that spelling.
Oh,
However,
well, then you aren't as Australian as I thought you were.
boom.
You've been Americanized.
No, but is that okay if I don't like the Australian way of saying bad words, but I'm a good Australian?
It's a grey area, but I'll allow it. All right. You got me on a technicality, which is very Australian. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Finding them loopholes, Nancy Wake style.
Boom.
And so look, it turned out it didn't matter.
Yep.
They just agreed to disagree.
Yep.
That's how that whole situation worked out. Like, I don't like you, you don't like me.
Get stuffed.
You're fond of your son. I bloody love your son.
Yeah.
Let's just all just chill out.
Yeah.
I'll spend most of my time with Henri. I won't come and visit you guys that often, if that's all right.
Yeah.
And there won't be much of an issue. And everyone's like, we agree to your terms and conditions, Nancy. We're not happy about it. Because you are a stinking Australian mustard custard loving, I saw you at Scabby's, Nancy. I saw you at Scabby's, not even ironically. You were just down there sucking back some seafood sticks like some sort of tawdry Australian. You're not good enough for my son, but as you say, what can we do?
No.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow
so that's how a tentative truce.
True.
And their romance was allowed to develop.
Oh,
At a
classic.
pace.
So is this like the bit of the... So you know how in a rom-com there's like the first problem?
Yeah, that was
And
the
they
first.
get... That's like... And it's like, oh yeah. And it's like our relationship can
Yep.
withstand the problems.
Yep.
But then the bigger problem comes and that's when they break up. And then at the end, one of them runs into the airport.
Yeah.
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 Not the
if that
airplane.
doesn't happen, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah. And that's how it's going to go.
It's not like Nancy Wake promised us a rom-com, but the fact that she didn't promise makes me feel like we're definitely going to get that exact thing.
Yeah.
So now they're like, so they passed the first test.
Yeah,
And so, now as every rom-com, now they're in fun times.
Yeah.
And it's early 1937 now. We're in 1937. And they're in France. The party's still going.
Yeah.
And they've discovered that where they are, like in Marseille, in that area,
Yeah.
is a sort of a popular destination for all the sort of rich and famous people from around the world who are also starting to get their party on.
Yeah.
And they're dropping by. And so Nancy's getting to rub shoulders with all the sort
There
of,
you go. Do
Hollywood stars.
Are there any name drops?
Yeah, I don't think you'll know any of them.
Dang
though,
it.
But she's like,
Too young.
she's out at the nightclubs and she's like hanging out with Gary Cooper.
Oh, I love that guy.
She's like, hey, nice to see you, Gloria Swanson. What up?
Yeah.
These names don't mean anything
No.
to you, but in 1930s world, everyone's like,
Woo.
you did not. You'd be dropping...
What?
You'd be rubbing shoulders with Gary Cooper. Oh, no, you didn't.
Shit. I swear,
Hmm?
Nancy better be rich by now because she just knows everyone rich.
Yeah, she's not struggling money-wise
No.
at the moment. That's for sure. And so, look, she's saying, basically, it was a superb life at this stage for her.
Yeah, she's loving
And
life.
she could easily have settled on this life forever. She's like, this is how Nancy Wake
But
was meant to live.
she vowed that she would stop the Nazis.
She would give the Nazis what for if she had a chance.
Yeah.
But at the moment, she's like, but also Nancy loves to party.
yeah.
I'm going to focus on that for as long as I can.
That's fair.
The whole Nazi thing's going to be unavoidable at some point. In many ways, it's similar to the whole how people are
True.
thinking they can deal with climate change.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, I'll deal with it eventually when I have to, when I absolutely have to. But at the moment,
It's not even real.
Yeah,
What,
just
climate
gonna party.
change? What's that?
I'm hanging out with Gary Cooper. Climate change can wait. And
Well,
so,
climate not change. Got them.
But she was also while she's partying, she's still keeping her journalistic career going because she's
Surely.
she's a what's the word? Not an individual woman. She's a what's the thing where you're like
You're independent.
independent.
Yeah.
You got it.
Woo, that was stressful.
Oh, you're like a dictionary
Also,
right now.
if she's meeting all these famous people, that's a good story.
Yeah,
Gary Cooper in, where are they?
in Maasai.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome story right there.
That's mate. I would read.
Yeah.
Mate, they sell 1 million magazines with stories just like that.
For sure.
Yeah, maybe Nancy Wake started the whole tabloid.
Maybe.
With just her little stories about that was already happening.
Yeah.
She didn't invent that.
She made it cool.
She made it cool.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Classic Nancy.
Yeah, you can't stop Nancy when she's on a roll.
Nah.
And
When she's on a J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
Got him.
And so, so their life's going gangbusters, basically. She's up, she's back, she's in Paris, she's a journalist, she's down in Massage, she's hobnobbing with the rich and famous.
Yeah.
Everything's coming up Nancy.
No, except that, remember her sister died before?
Oh, yeah, no, there's bad things happening,
Yeah.
but basically her life's
She's
sweet.
chilling. She's like, Hazel, who even is that?
It's getting harder and harder to say goodbye to Henri. You know, the years of...
Oh, yeah, because she doesn't live there. I forget.
No,
Surely move in.
Yeah, but she's like... she's just
It's her journalist headquarters up in Paris.
Yep. But by contrast, of course, with all of this sweet romance and high life and career satisfaction, the bad news, of course, was that the Europe was, as we've said, spiraling out of control.
Yep.
But instead of that sort of being a hindrance to the whole romance, it sort of fast-tracked it.
Yeah, because like, we're going to die.
Yeah. Because
Live
there
it
was
up.
a sense, Nancy says, that Europe was going straight to hell.
Yeah.
There was only a limited time to enjoy everything that you wanted to do. And so everyone was packing as much pleasure into every day as they could.
Yeah.
Because no one knew what tomorrow would bring. That's what we were saying earlier. And then in early 1939... So it's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
So they weren't fast-tracking it too much.
No.
I mean, that's a decent amount of time.
That is a decent amount.
I mean, I guess they were on again, off again. They weren't in each other's pocket.
Yeah.
But when they were together, they were like living it up. So it's early 1939 now. And they're dining at their favourite restaurant in Maasai.
Aw.
Scabby's. That's not the restaurant listed here, but I think we know it was Scabby's.
Yeah. There's a typo.
Yeah. These book writers don't know everything that went on.
No.
Like, I think they decided to rewrite history when they got asked about where this event took place. They were like, definitely not Scabby's.
They definitely wrote their favourite restaurant instead.
And so they're at Scabby's. Henri suddenly seemed uncharacteristically nervous.
Uh-oh, I know what's happening.
And then he came out with it. I was wondering, would it be possible? How does one say this? Let me start again. So
Good one, Henri. Good one.
He's fumbling, and then he's like, I have to do it in French. Un fou de bleu, Nancy, est-ce que tu veux me marier?
But
Which is French for,
yeah, I know.
Nancy, what up? Will you marry me?
But did he get down on one knee?
Henri doesn't get down on one knee, mate. He's too cool for that.
Well, Nancy's not going to want it.
Nancy just replied quite simply, oui.
Oh,
That's
nice.
French for yes, please.
Because Henri's just too cool.
Yeah. Look,
He's pretty old though. I forget that he's like 40 now.
Yeah, and she's also aware, like, it's 1939 Europe. The Nazis are freaking everywhere now. Like, this is 1939. When she was 25 meters from Hitler, that was like 1936.
Yeah.
That was 3 years have passed, and the Nazis have just gotten bigger and meaner and more aggressive, and the war drums are beating.
Yeah.
And so if the man that you've been with for the last 3 years is like, Nancy, will you marry me? You're like, we 100 times we and fast. Let's get this done.
Let's get married right now.
And so they are engaged to be married.
Woo!
Happy times.
Go on, Nancy.
And so she's...
I'll tell you who never got engaged.
Who?
Ned Kelly.
Ned Kelly. Well, not as far as we know.
No, he didn't. He was too busy hostage-izing people, I reckon.
And so they've gotten engaged. They've got one more summer in Maasai. They're living it up. She's taking a break from work, and they're so swept up in it now. And of course, Europe is getting worse and worse. And so when the summer was nearing its end, it became clear to them both that they did not want to live this separate life anymore. Like we're engaged. And so she's like, I'm doing it. I'm heading back to Paris, and I'm going to give it up. I'm going to cut my journalist life free. It served me well. Yeah. But I don't want to be reporting on the Nazis no more. I'm sick of being plugged in to the goings-on of Europe.
She doesn't need a job anymore.
And she's like...
Henri.
I'm sick of it. I think she spent 3 years proving her independence and that she doesn't need no stinking man to feel worth and to get by in the world. But now she's like, we're getting married. The world... we could all get blown up tomorrow. I don't want to spend my days being a journalist no more. Yeah. I don't want to have to keep saying goodbye to my beautiful Henri, who's a gentleman and a gentleman.
Oh. Thought you did that other one first.
I was
a gentleman
or a gentleman.
A gentleman.
I could have done it better. You're right. I take that feedback on board.
That's okay.
But we are talking about Egyptians, though, Nancy Wake. Yeah. So look, weird things happen. And so she's like, I'm going to quit my job, and but before I'm moving with you for realsies, I need to go to England. I need to spend a month in England just to clear my head.
Okay.
One last hurrah.
Okay.
And get my life in order. Make sure everything's above board, and then it's you and me for the win.
Yeah.
And so she organises to head over to England for 1 month-long hens weekend, I'm guessing, is what she's planning. Yeah. It's
with
Nancy time.
Andre and I forgot that chick's name.
Michelin.
Oh,
I imagine they're going to be involved in some way, somehow. But I feel like the English expedition is probably gristle for next episode's mill.
Ooh, bit of sizzle.
Yeah, this is a slightly shorter episode, but hey, it's a double down. We've given as much as we can possibly give.
How long?
Oh, look, we've been going for 22 minutes.
Oh, that's all right.
And by the time we finish prattling on, it'll be more like 24 minutes.
Hey, remember when I fell off my chair?
Mate, it was a highlight. If this was a visual medium, we would be getting the clicks right now. We'd be getting the hits. We'd be getting the likes.
It was funny because there's a chair next to me, right?
Yeah.
And I fell down the gap between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
You were like the millie between two chairs, which is a metaphor for something, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
These two kids, they're just in love. I mean, he's an old man.
So what is it? 3 years. So he's now 41.
Yeah, he's in his. I'd say he's in his 40s.
And she's 27.
Yeah, she'd be like, yeah.
Ooh, not sure how I feel about that, but
back in the day, it wasn't such a. It definitely wasn't a big deal back in the day. It made no never mind. They were like, age is just a number, bro.
Yeah.
Hey. And he seems like he was a lovely chap.
Yeah.
Everything we're getting from Nancy's side of the story was that he was a pretty lovely fellow
with not a very good familiar.
Yeah, but that just adds to that. That just adds to him being amazing. It's like
I swear.
He managed to be a nice chap even though his family were a bit crap.
Yeah.
It's because of his mum. Who died somehow.
Pushed out of a window.
Yeah, we don't know the full story and we never will. And I promise you I'll never find out.
Nice. Good one.
Oh, I guess that's still making promises, isn't it?
And
I should just avoid the word promise.
Just say, and I will probably never find out.
And I'll never know.
Yeah.
So don't come to me for any answers.
And then,
even though,
shabam, next episode.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know about what happened to Henri's mum? I've got half an hour's worth of information to give you. So strap yourselves in as we dig deep into this cold case. And and we could just turn this into like a serial podcast, like where we just.
Was it? Oh, so you have like 3 suspects.
Yeah.
And it's like, was it the dad? Was it the sister? Was it Henri himself?
Yeah. Who benefited the most from her falling out that window? Henri's dad was seen walking past the window the very morning that she fell out. He seemed to be applying grease to the windowsill as if he was hoping either to fix the window of a squeak or to make it slippery. If someone was to lean out the window, they might fall.
Trip?
Does this mean he murdered her? We'll never know. Or will we?
We probably will never find out, so don't come to us.
Stay tuned next episode for Cold Case Unsolved. No, that's not no, it's the opposite.
Unsolved.
Case closed.
Case not
Cold
closed.
case warmed up for your digestion. I'll workshop it. But that's a whole separate podcast. Look
Yeah.
out for that one. I'll tell you when it's up and running. Or
Sure.
will I? I probably won't.
Yeah, don't come to us.
I'll just release it secretly. That's my bag, baby.
Yeah.
But that is but we will be releasing more Yonks Ago.
Oh, you already know.
Or will we? Because I am about to Chucky Wake it.
This is the last episode before Dad will Chucky Wake it.
So look,
So don't get your hopes up, all right?
if you're listening to this episode, I hope you enjoyed it. It may well be the last ever recording of me in this kitchen as I follow the well-trodden path of Chucky Wake into the unknown, abandoning my family.
If you do find Chucky Wake, because he's definitely still alive, take a quick flick with him.
Oh, mate. We are I'm going to be sitting around a pool with Chucky Wake drinking cocktails.
Yeah.
Nancy Wake style.
With
someone else.
Michelle.
Michelin, yeah, she'll be there. She'll come. She turns up. Any pool where there's cocktails, Michelin turns up.
She's like, I'm
She's
here.
like,
You called?
count me in. So, look, maybe there'll be more episodes of Yonks Ago.
Maybe there won't.
If I un-Chucky Wake it, we'll find out.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've 31 episodes we've given them.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
all
too
right.
bad.
31.
Yeah,
That's not 32.
32.
Yeah.
32.
That's not bad.
Not bad, not bad.
10 away from the meaning of life, am I right?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's almost a reason to un-Chucky Wake it. Got to make it to the meaning of life.
Got to make it to 50, though, after that.
But look, I'm making no promises.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us for this amount of Yonks Ago, Yonky Doodlers.
Woo.
And if this is the end, I thank you for everything you've done.
It was a good episode, you know.
Hey.
I fell off a chair.
She fell off her chair and into your hearts. So New Zealand, I'm coming for you. Will I
Be
return?
ready.
Let's find out. In what maybe will be sometime in the future, another episode of
Yonks Ago?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.